Well, I hope everybody had a wonderful Labor Day weekend. We had great weather, a little touch of fall to start things off, and then summer coming roaring back saying, I am not over yet. That trend kind of began on Sunday. I think Saturday was a really top tier day, and then we started building that heat Sunday into yesterday. The heat does go on as we go through the rest of the week. The first 90-degree day is possible. Not officially there yet. Slew of 89-degree days. Today, over the course of July, it was a very cool August, so we didn't really even come close to it, but we still could get it. We've got 2 more days of heat advisories coming up as well. Weekend woes, they're not washouts, but we'll have that next chance of precipitation Saturday into Sunday. And trouble in the tropics, that's a big one, and we'll talk all about it in a second here. Just a few clouds out there today, some very hazy skies. We actually have the remnants of Idalia. Remember that? Yeah, churning offshore here. You see the sun setting, so we're losing that visible satellite. We'll have to flip it over here in a little bit. But we've got high pressure in control. It's going to buffer this storm, keep it from really spinning in much, except maybe a few high clouds later tomorrow and into Thursday. There's also a front to our west. Now, because that storm was churning offshore the last few days, we did have some rip current concerns, some moderate rip currents and some elevated surf. As we look to your beach forecast for tomorrow, things looking pretty good. 2 to 4 foot waves, or 2 to 3 foot waves, I should say, right here along the Rhode Island and southeast Mass shores, New Bedford, Westport areas like that. You get out to Martha's Vineyard, Nantucket, it's going to be a little bit higher. We'll go 3 to 5 feet there, and then out towards the Cape, 3 to 4 feet. But you can see all the green indicating the lower rip currents. That's very good news there. So you're going to actually, it's it almost looks like a hurricane icon because you've got the outflow clouds going, around to the top and then the bottom. It's a kind of cool looking system at this point, even though it's very weak. It's just bringing clouds, rain, a little bit of wind at the very center, but again, it's staying offshore. You'll see some of those clouds kind of back in here until it butts up against the high, and then it will start moving away. We've also got kind of the cold front saying, move along, everybody. I've got to get through. It's a very slow mover. It just can't really go that fast because of the other weather players in its way. But in the meantime, we have all that warm air mass that's in place through Friday, and then things start to cool down after that. Now we go to the tropics. It is no longer Tropical Depression 13. Strike that from the record. It is Tropical Storm Lee. 45-mile-per-hour wind, so just barely a tropical storm, but a pretty systematic and consistently gradual increase in strength in the coming days. From tropical storm to hurricane, Cat 1, Cat 2, and then into major hurricane status by the time we get to the weekend. Right now, the National Hurricane Center says this will become a Category 4 storm, packing winds nearly 150 miles per hour. Why is it strengthening so consistently and fairly rapidly? We're not talking overnight coming a major hurricane here, but in the course of days, just those stepping up, there's just no wind shear, little to no wind shear in its way. So nothing is stopping it. Of course, you've got bathtub water as well. So we have very good consensus what it's going to do up until the weekend. Then things get interesting coming near the coastline as we head into next week. We just don't know where it's going to go at that point, and we will not know for quite some time. So we need to put a pin in that. Just be aware. This is a really good time also to get that hurricane checklist. Make sure you are prepared for a storm should it come close to us. And we'll be bringing the latest right here on ABC 6 Weather Center. Hot and humid through Friday, and then cooling down over the weekend. We've got some showers and storms into next week. We'll be back in the 70s by Monday and Tuesday.